Alrighty guys, we are back, Miss Morgan and Miss Nicole, and we are ready to teach you how to do your tentacles in the front. We want to make sure that your background tentacles are completely dry. So if they're wet, you need to wait a few minutes. It shouldn't take long, but wait until they're completely dry. And we're going to do the tentacles in the front. I'll show you a picture, this one here. A few things we want you to remember as you're painting them is that we want to make sure that when you start them, you keep them off of the edges. Don't come all the way to the edge. Imagine the outer maybe inch or so of your jellyfish is off limits. We don't want to start there because we actually did in the beginning, we did that and we were not pleased with how it looked. As you can see, we didn't like how it turned out. Also, we want all of your tentacles, so they're going to start in here toward the middle, and we want them all to come kind of to a point as you're doing them, so angle them down towards the center. And we also are going to, whereas with the ones underneath we did more like S waves, these are going to be more like large curved lines, not S waves. Is there anything else, Miss Morgan?
That was all.
Okay, so the colors you're going to need, we're going to use brush number 4. You're a little skinny one. And then the colors you'll need are your bright yellow, not the pastel, but your dark yellow, your dark pink, which I think I'm going to need a little more pink if you don't mind, just a drop. This one, your dark pink, your light blue. You have kind of a turquoisey light blue, a dark green, and a dark blue. So, and we'll put that in the notes for each of the videos. Let's do what they'll need to gather before they start. Do a little note in the comments or something. Okay, so make sure you've got your cup of water. Get your paintbrush wet. Now, one of the things that we discovered is that it is really easy to do too many. And it really does not look good if you get too many. So we kind of decided that a good number would be 2 of each color. And then you can come back in later with other ones. So we're going from lightest to darkest. So remember to get your paintbrush wet. I'm gonna show you kind of how I laid my brush. So I got it wet, and then remember how we kind of roll our paintbrush in our paint to load the brush. So we don't have a big blob of paint on there, and it's pretty even there it is. And it's pretty even all the way around. Okay, we're professionals here. Okay, so then you'll just start, and remember, we're not doing our S waves, we're going to do big curves. Okay, it's okay if you do like a little bit of an S, but we don't want those real little skinny S waves. Remember, if your paintbrush drags, that you maybe need more paint or more water or both. And I'm going to space mine out a little bit. So I'm doing my yellow first. And we want to make sure we do not ever drag our paintbrush upward. When we're doing these, we want our stripes to always come down towards the bottom. And Miss Morgan, you just jump in here if you think of something that I forget, or if you see me doing something that I haven't told them to do. I will say that with the yellow, the more water it has, the less it shows it. Make sure your tentacles start all the way up here at your body. And you can go back over them to make them a little darker if you want to. Just remember, come to a point. Don't keep them way out here wide. It makes it look real boxy and less realistic. Come to a point, and remember, as you get to the bottom, instead of laying your paintbrush down flat, that you bring it more up to a point and kind of lift off as you do it, so that it brings it to a sharper point. So I did my yellow. Now I'm going to my pink. Make sure you rinse your brush off really well so you don't have any yellow in your pink. And I'm going to do my pink here. Ooh. And remember, we're doing these a lot straighter than those underneath ones, okay? And also remember, and this is something I have to remind myself, they do not have to end all at the same place. You can add a little variation to them. I'm gonna have to come back over this one in a minute because it's real transparent. You can kind of see through it. So I'm gonna come back and fix that one. Your tentacles can overlap. Notice how I kind of overlapped mine down here at the bottom. They don't have to, but they can. What else, Miss Morgan? You got any tips or pointers? Thanks. She didn't want to paint for y'all. She forced me to do it. All right, after we do our yellow and our pink, we're going to our light blue. So we're doing this light, kind of pretty sky blue. I don't know what you would call that. You may, if yours are going to overlap, you may want to let them dry in between layers. And so at this point, if you want your blue to kind of come over the top of your pink, you may want to let it dry for 5 minutes and then come back and do it. So I'm gonna leave that up to you. So I'm gonna do my blue here. My dog sneezing. If one of our kids comes in shouting, just, you know what it's like. Y'all homeschool. All your siblings are there all the time. All right, here we go. So I'm doing, ooh, that one got kind of fat. I didn't want it fat. Sorry about that, guys. But that's all right. Happy little accident. I'm gonna make that one go a little longer. Okay, this video is getting long. My apologies. All right, now we're gonna do our green and our dark blue, and we're gonna be done. So 2 of each. I've got 2 of each of those colors so far. I'm going to do, ooh, I got too much water. I could tell because whenever I started painting, it just looked like water, and it's just kind of see-through. So dry my paintbrush off and get a little more paint this time. Now, still got a lot of water there on my paper, but notice how they're all coming to the middle. They don't have to end at the exact same point, but at least they're not going straight down. Miss Morgan, you just feel free to jump in here anytime. Okay. And now I'm going to do my dark blue. So we went from lightest to darkest. Remember, as you're doing this, that you can pause the video anytime you need to. Pause it, rewind it, whatever you need to do. So we're doing this dark blue now. And bring it in here. Remember, if you need to go back over it to make it a little darker, you can. You can wait until it dries and then go back over it again. Well, y'all can obviously hear Aniston. All right, and then this will be my last one. And then I'll show you a quick option if you wish to do it that I did on my other example that I liked how it turned out. And so I'm going to do it on this one too. All right, so once you have 2 of each color, like we have here, you can, and I think I'm gonna add one more dark blue in here because I didn't have any dark ones here in the middle. So there. Now, once you have those, one of the things that I did in my example, which is here, thank you, ma'am, is I did these 2 on that just kind of separated out from the others, from all the rest. Whereas all the rest of them kind of came in here, these 2 kind of came out. And so if you want to do that, you can. Obviously on this one, I did yellow and the turquoise or the light blue. And so since these 2 yellow are already kind of like that by themselves, I'm only going to take the light blue. I'm going to add those in right at the end. I'm still kind of starting here, and this will show up better on your background because your background is so much darker than mine. Mine is this light blue. It's almost a match with this. Whoop! Oh dear. Well, let me wipe that off. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this one's really not going to show up on this light blue background, but as you can see, it does on the darker.
Do dark blue.
I'll do a dark blue instead. Thank you, Ms. Morgan. I'm nearly out of that dark blue. I might need another drop.
It's the purple. I think it's this one.
Okay. Yeah. So then we would just do it, just kind of a curve on the outer edge. And if you just kind of look up pictures of jellyfish, you will see that a lot. That's actually what inspired me to do it on my other one, was that in the pictures that we saw, they always had some of those just kind of out to the outer edge. So there you have it. So do your tentacles, and I can't wait to see how they turn out. We'll see you in our next video.